又到了我们新的一天，继续读英文，第41篇。今天我们要读的这个主题是跟这个家和房子有关系。来吧，我们看看正文是什么。As the saying goes, there's no place like home. However humble our home may be, it is the place where we feel happiness. We attach great importance to where we live and what type of houses we want. But money is the big problem. First, we must choose between buying a house or renting a house. When we want to rent a house, there are quite a few things that might influence our decision. In this unit, you will hear a discussion between John and Peter about buying a house or renting a house. You will also hear 4 other people talking about what sort of house they want. John: Well, I think the question of where you are going to live is really like the most important decision that most people make in their lives. What job you do, what you marry, these are important too. But it's your house, your home, that is really your chance to create something that is yours. You can make an environment that fits the way you want to live. You can decorate it to your taste. Put furniture in that you like, make somewhere. In other words, that reflects the sort of person you are and where you can relax totally. All this means, I think, that buying a house is really the best thing to do. I mean, if you rent a place, it never becomes truly yours. There's always the landlord in the background, and he may not allow you to paint things the color you want or to carry out alternation you may want. He certainly won't be happy if you go around knocking walls down or putting new ones up. But if it's yours, you can do exactly as you please. There's also the financial side. I mean, house prices are increasing all the time. 这声音吵吧，再改这种摇滚。换。I mean, house prices are increasing all the time. Buying a house is actually a very good investment these days. No, however you look at it, buying a house makes sense. Peter: Yeah, well, I suppose it all depends how you look at it, doesn't it? I mean, it's all very well saying that you can do this and you can do that in your own house. Of course, you can if you've got the money. It seems to me that money's the big problem. Okay, so you want to buy a house, but where are you going to get the money from? From the bank? Yeah, but they'll only lend you money if you've got money. If you haven't got any money and you want to borrow 20,000 quid, you'll just tell you to push off. Anyway, what happens if you want to move? Say you want to go abroad or get a job somewhere else. You've got all the trouble of selling, haven't you? And you know what that means. Solicitor, lawyers, estate agent, the Lord, and they all want your money. And anyway, who says that anyone going to be stupid enough to buy the so-and-so place of your enemy anyway? You might be stuck there forever. Then there's repairs. What happens if the roof blows off or the windows need painting? I've got better things to do with my wife than worry about stupid things like that. No, let someone else worry about it. I'd rather rent a place. In the following conversation, four people are talking about renting a house. Different people want different types of houses. Half Williams. Well, I'm the sort of person who doesn't bother too much where I live. I'm in the area where the house is. It can be in town or in the country. Honestly, I don't care. But I do like comfort. I reckon at my age. I deserve it. Cold? That's the thing I really can't stand. I must have a place with a good heating system. Central heating is best because it's too easy. Yes, and I suppose there's one more thing. I must have a place of my own. I don't want to be sharing with people at my age. That's the second time I've said that, isn't it? Peter, perhaps I really am. I really am getting old. Know what that means? I'm too attached to my independence now. I couldn't give it up to go sharing with other people. Miss Jackson, well, it's very sad, really. I don't want to leave the place where I am now. No, I don't really want to move at all. It is so cozy, and I've got all my friends around here. But they are going to pull them all down, all these old houses, so I suppose I will have to move. I'd quite like to go out into the country, actually, because I was born on the farm and I do miss the country air, but the problem is that the country places are so expensive. I couldn't afford more than about £20 a week, and I don't know what I could get for that. But one thing is absolutely certain, I must be able to take James with me. He's my pet. By the way, no, I couldn't bear to be parted from him. Peter Chowder. Actually, I want a flat or a house somewhere near the town center, or at least near to the shops and things. I suppose it shouldn't be too difficult to find somewhere really, because there's quite a lot of property around there. Wherever I go, though, it must be a place with at least 2 bedrooms, because I'm always inviting people around and I like to be able to put them up. Apart from that, I don't mind too much whether it is a house or a flat. A flat would be better because it might be cheaper, but what I suppose you get what you pay for anyway. No, it doesn't really matter. Jane Shaw. My big problem is I am hard up, so I can't afford very much in the way of rent. I really do want to pay as little as possible because I'm saving up to get married next year. And I don't want to spend a lot on rent now. I suppose I will probably end up sharing somewhere. That's probably the cheapest answer. But the problem is that it can be pretty miserable living with other people unless you can really get on with them. I would have to get somewhere near the town center through because I go out quite loud and haven't got a car. It would be nice to have things like TV and central heating, but I suppose I'll have to wait until I get married first. I don't see how I can get things like that on the money. I can afford it anyway. I suppose I will have to wait and see what turns out. 加油！或许过程真的很曲折，但是别忘了你最初的目的是什么？你只是想形成一个你自己的好习惯，对不对？不要害怕，坚持去做，加油！